Good day everyone. I am the first reporter of the chapter 3 with the title of Crisis Management Policy. Background of the Crisis Management Policy. Crisis Management Policy outlines a structured approach for organization to prepare for, respond to, and recover from disruptive events that could negatively impact operations, reputations, or stakeholders. Our learning objectives. First, identify the different legal regimes in crisis management. Second, explain the policy on terrorism, particularly on hostage-taking situation. Third, describe the policy on disaster risk reduction and management. Next, explain and appreciate the important concept of in PNP operational procedures in critical incident procedures. Fifth, explain and describe the PNP's alert level during man-made critical incident. And lastly, identify and explain the PNP stages in disaster management. So now, we will discuss first the legal regimes. To ensure effective and appropriate crisis management at all levels of the government, several laws have been passed. Some of these laws are: number 1, Section 4 and 5, Article 2, 1987 Constitution. The primary duty of the government is to secure and safeguard its citizens. So in the Article 2, Section 5 of the 1987 Philippines Constitution, it says that the maintenance of peace and order, the protection of life, liberty, and property, and the promotion of the general welfare are essentials for the enjoyment of democracy by all the people. So first, maintenance of peace and order. Number 2, Section 6, Article 16 of 1987 Constitution, it states that states shall establish and maintain one police force which shall be national in scope and civilian in character, to be administered and controlled by a national police commission. So it means, buot pasabot na ang nasod ko no establish o maintain one police force, so dapat nga dili siya bahinon or establish a single police force for the entire country, no? So number 3, RA 7160 or Local Government Code. RA 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code, 1991, was enacted into law, transferring control and responsibility of delivering basic services to the hands of local government units or LGU. So kini nga balaod is, ang aim niya is to promote genuine and meaningful local autonomy. It decentralizes powers and functions from the national government to local government units or LGUs, enabling them to become more self-reliant and effective partners in national development. No? Chapter 3, Article 1, Section 444, it lays down the following responsibilities of a mayor. So na diri ang mga responsibilidad sa usa ka mayor diri sa atong lungsod. First, to act as the deputized representative of the National Police Commission. So siya ang mamando sa mga kapulisan sulod sa syudad. Second, to formulate the peace and order plan of the municipality and upon its approval. So ang mayor, responsibilidad niya nga ipanatili ang peace and order plan, no? Sulod sa municipality. To call upon the appropriate law enforcement agencies to suppress disorder, riot, lawless violence, rebellion, or sedition, or to apprehend violators of the law. To call upon the appropriate law enforcement agencies. So mayor, isa sa mga responsibilidad ang pagtawag sa atong mga law enforcement agencies to suppress, no? Number 5, Executive Order number 309 of 1987 created the National Police and Order Council and Local Peace and Order Councils to be fully coordinated to effectively prevent criminality. This Executive Order number 309 issued on November 11, 1987 by President Corazon C. Aquino. Reorganized the Peace and Order Council in the Philippines. This reorganization established the Peace and Order Council at national, regional, provincial, city, and municipal levels. The order aimed to enhance coordination among government agencies and improve public safety by addressing issues like criminality and insurgency and subversion. Number 6, Executive Order Number 366 of 1996 amended the EO 309 of 1997 and created the Barangay Peace and Order Committees to serve as the implementation arm of the local government Peace and Order Council at the barangay level. So ang purpose is aim to strengthen peace and order initiatives at the local level by creating a structured system where barangay actively participate in maintaining peace and order. RA 10121 or PDRRM Act of 2010. This law paved the way for the institutionalization of the proactive disaster risk reduction and management approach. Kini nga balaod tawag kini og Management Act of 2010 is a law that strengthen the Philippines disaster risk reduction and management system. It aims to create a more proactive and community-based approach to disaster management, shifting the focus from response to preparedness. So, ang ginapokusan na ni sa kaninga act katong or Management Act of 2010 is masgi palawom pa ang pagprepara ng pamaagi to response, shifting the focus from response to preparedness. Establishing a key aspect of RA 10121, establishing a national disaster risk reduction and management. The Act provides the foundation for a comprehensive national framework and plan to guide disaster risk reduction and management efforts. RA 10121 created the NDRRMC as the primary body responsible for coordinating and overseeing disaster risk reduction and management activities. So kini nga balaod is kini sila ang mga ay gimugna nila kini ang katong national ay risk disaster management council like NDRRMC. Sila ang responsible sa lantaw or sila ang address sa mga pwedeng moabot na kalamidad sulod sa to ang nasod, no? Primary body for responsible for coordinating and overseeing disaster risk reduction and management activities. So, thank you. Number 8, Executive Order Number 336 of 2001. This law establishes the National Council for Civic Aviation Security or NCCAS, formerly known as National Action Committee on Anti-Hijacking and Anti-Terrorism, or NAHAHT. Executive Order Number 336 of 2001. So, ang nag-reconstitute sa ani is si Joseph Ejercito Estrada. The National Action Committee on Anti-Hijacking and Anti-Terrorism as the National Council for Civil Aviation Security to enhance the Philippines' capabilities in preventing and addressing aviation-related terrorism. So, ang main purpose of Executive Order Number 336 is to reconstitute the National Action Committee on Anti-Hijacking and Anti-Terrorism as the National Council for Civil Aviation Security to enhance measures against terrorism related to civil aviation. National Action Committee on Anti-Hijacking was first organized on April 28, 1976 through Letter of Instruction number 399 following the 1976 Zamboanga PAL hijacking incident.
I'm the second reporter of Chapter 3, Crisis Management Policy, and my report is about policy on terrorism, particularly on hostage-taking situation. These principles were highlighted on the Memorandum Order number 121 of 2000 as part of the government's effort to modify and improve policies that address crisis situations arising from terrorism. 1. Subscription to Anti-Terrorism Covenants. The Philippines subscribes to all international conventions and initiatives against terrorism. It means that the Philippines agrees to follow global treaties, agreements, and cooperative efforts that aim to prevent and punish, eliminate terrorism. Example, United Nations Conventions. The Philippines signed and ratified the International Convention for the Suppression of Terrorist Bombings in
Policy
1997,
on anti-terrorism.
criminalizing the
These
use of
principles are
explosives
indicated in
public,
the RA
public places.
1147-9 of
Number
2020,
2.
or
Peaceful
shall we
means
say
and other options
Anti-Terrorism
in
Act
the
of
resolution of a
2020.
crisis.
So,
The
unsa iyang
government
mga
must
function?
utilize and
Number
exhaust
1,
all peaceful
protection
means
of
in
life,
seeking a resolution
liberty,
to
and
crisis.
property from
It means that
terrorism.
when facing a
So,
terrorist
ginaprotektahan
or
ko na niya
hostage
ang
crisis,
life,
the
ang
government
freedom,
should first try
ang property
all non-violent and
against sa
diplomatic
kanang mga
approaches
terrorists,
before
mga
resorting
terrorism.
to the use of force.
So, number 2,
Example,
the
negotiation
condemnation
with
of
hostage
terrorism as
If
inimical
armed men take
and
civilians
dangerous
hostage
the
inside a bus,
welfare of
the
people.
government
So,
deploys trained
ginatuuhan gid ko na sa mga tao nga ang terrorism is grabe siya makadaot sa tanan. Number 3, the treatment of any act terrorism as a crime against the people.
Number 3, coordinated and
against
calculated
humanity
response
and
against
the
terrorism.
laws
Government
of
must
nation.
ensure that
So,
it fully maximizes the National Peace and Order Council through crisis management committees.
Serious crime,
It means that
which
the government
is
must not act
grabe
randomly
siya makaharm
or in isolation during a
makakuan
terrorist
sa
or hostage crisis.
Filipinos
Instead,
humanity.
it should use a systematic,
So, next,
multi-agency and well-planned response, bringing together all relevant sectors.
PDRRM
Examples,
Act of
the Marawi
2010
siege in
lays
2017,
down the
when
policies
ISIS-inspired
of the Philippines
Mauti group
government
occupied
in
Marawi
dealing
City.
with natural disaster.
The Philippine government
So,
activated
unsa
Task
ang
Force
mga
Bangon
natural
Marawi,
disaster?
a multi-agency
Example,
crisis management
baha,
body under the National
Linog, tsunami,
Peace and Order Council.
or dagan pa na mga natural
The armed
disaster,
forces,
which is
PNP,
kanang ginadil
local
sa
government
Philippine
units,
governments.
and
So,
humanitarian
ginasa nila
agencies
pag-deal,
work together for
number
both
1,
military operations
upholding the people
and civilian evacuations and
constitutional
assistance.
rights to life and property
Number
by
4,
addressing
terrorism
the
as a
cause
criminal act.
of
Government shall,
vulnerabilities
I must
to
consider
disaster. So,
all the terrorist
means,
actions,
ang
regardless of
government
motivation,
daw is
as a criminal
nagit siya
act.
duty para nga
Means that
mag-protect sa lives
Terrorism should
and
never be
property
justified
sa
or
mga
treated as legitimate,
tao
even if
during
the
sa
perpetrators
disaster. Number
claim
2,
political,
adherence
religious,
to the
social,
universal
or economic
norms,
reasons.
principles,
It should always be
and
handled
standards
as a criminal.
of humanitarian
It should always be handled
and
as a
the
crime
global
under the law.
effort on risk
Example,
reduction
plane hijacking
as
for
the
political
expression
demands.
of the country
If a group hijacks a commercial plane
to
to pressure the
overcome
government into
human
releasing
suffering.
imprisoned members, the government
pinaagi sa
should treat it as a criminal act of
paghatag
terrorism,
relief
not
goods,
as a political negotiation.
pag-donate og mga tents sa
Number 5,
evacuation
no compromise
centers sa kanang mga
with
biktima sa
terrorists.
Bagyo.
Government
Isa na
must not
siyang,
fall to blackmail or terrorist demands.
example sa humanitarian assistance.
It means that
para
the
nga
government should never
ma-overcome
give
ang
in to
human
terrorist conditions,
suffering.
such as
Number
ransom,
3,
prisoners release or political concessions, because doing so encourages more terrorism or more terrorism. Examples: Abu Sayyaf kidnapping cases. The Abu Sayyaf group has often demanded ransom for kidnapping foreigners and Filipinos. The Philippine government consistently maintained a no-ransom policy to avoid further terrorist operations. Number 6. Respect for human rights. All government personnel responding to any crisis situations shall at all times respect human rights of people. Means that even during terrorist attacks, hostage crises, or counter-insurgency operations, government forces must uphold the dignity, rights, and safety of civilians, suspects, and hostages. Examples: evacuation of civilians during the Marawi siege in 2017. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, and local government unit set up humanitarian corridors to allow trapped civilians to escape while operations against the Maute or ISIS group continued. Soldiers were instructed to distinguish between combatants and civilians to avoid indiscriminate harm. So number 7. Prompt handling of a crisis at the lowest level possible. All terrorist-based crises are generally police matters and shall be handled as such unless the situation escalates into. Means that local police and community-level crisis committees should be the first responders. Only if the situation grows beyond their capacities should the military or national government step in. This ensures quick response, less disruption, and more precise handling without immediately escalating to heavy-handed force. Here are some examples. Local hostage taking in account. If an armed individual takes hostages inside a barangay hall, the local police SWAT or negotiation team should immediately handle the crisis. The military should not be called unless it escalates into a wider terrorist siege. Number 8. Public information management and advocacy. Government shall ensure the prudent handling of information to and from the media by conducting advocacy steps to effectively convey its position. It means that during a terrorist or hostage crisis, the government must carefully manage how information is released to the public and the media, so as not to spread panic, reveal sensitive details that could help terrorists, allow misinformation or rumors to dominate, damage the government credibility. Instead, the government should provide clear, accurate, and timely updates, while also promoting public awareness and resilience against terrorism. And lastly, number 9. Safety of victims and civilians shall be the government's primordial concern in the resolution of a crisis. It means that any terrorist or hostage situation, the top priority is to protect innocent lives. Every decision, whether negotiation, rescue, or use of force, must place the safety of hostage and civilians above all else. And that's all. Thank you.
So, if naano na siya, dayon, maabot man ang kanang mga sakuna or kanang mga disaster, so ready na sila kay kompleto naman. Number 9, ensuring the disaster risk reduction and climate change measures are gender responsive, sensitive to indigenous knowledge system, and respectful for human rights. So, means nga maghatag sila og evacuation center nga patas sa tanan, like irespeto nila ang imuhang pagkatao, something like that. So, number 10, recognition of local risk pattern across the country and strengthen the capacity of LGUs for disaster risk reduction at the regional and local level. So, for example, sa diri sa Valencia, if mag-ulan, gabaha, so magbuhat sila para ma-strengthen ang capacity sa LGU. Magbuhat sila o training para sa barangay official nga para if naay rescuehunon manggali, at least dali ra sila maka-response kay kabalo naman sila kung unsa ilang buhaton kay naka-training naman sila. So that's all for my topic. Thank you.
I am fourth reporter in Chapter 3, Crisis Management Policy, about PNP Operational Procedure on Critical Incident Management. Incident management is how the PNP handles unexpected situations to keep our community safe. For example, if a major traffic accident blocks the highway nearby Valencia City, the PNP quickly responds by directing traffic, securing the scene, and coordinating with emergency services to clear the road. This coordinated action is incident management, in practice ensuring things get back to normal as smoothly and safely as possible. PNP Operational Procedures on Critical Incident Management. Man-made incidents. These are the incidents induced by man to which the PNP is tasked to respond in two different situations. For example, incidents like a hostage situation in Valencia City, the PNP managed it by securing the area and negotiating with the perpetrator. For natural disaster incidents, such as a typhoon causing floods in Valencia, the PNP act as first responders by evacuating residents, providing security, and supporting search and rescue operations. PNP alerts level on man-made critical incident. The PNP has different levels of alert for possible bad situation caused by people like crimes or attacks. If they have no reason to think anything will happen, it's like level 1, low. Everything is normal, but if they get information that something might happen, they raise the level. Level 2, moderate. If they think an attack and very likely in Cagayan de Oro.
Let's move on to the PNP stages in a disaster management. Based on the revised Philippine National Police Operational Procedures of 2013, these procedures outline three important stages in handling natural disasters: the green or pre-disaster stage, the red or disaster response stage, and the white or post-disaster stage. Let's have first the level 1, also called the green stage. There are no disaster yet. The focus here is on preparation and risk assessment. The PNP conducts activities like risk mapping, identifying evacuation routes, and handling disaster drills. There are also enhanced resources, produce educational materials, and work with communities to clean up and remove hazards. For example, a barangay might run a fire drill, update evacuation maps, and clear waterways before the rainy season. In level 2, the red stage, there is either a forecast of disaster or a disaster has suddenly occurred. The goal is to respond quickly and protect lives. This involves activating disaster task groups, using alarms and siren, coordinating with the NDRRMC, setting up command posts, and evacuating residents in danger zone. Rescue, relief, medical services, and the security operational are also carried out. For instance, during a typhoon warning, the PNP might activate siren, coordinates with response team, and move residents out of flood-prone areas. The last stage, which is the white post-disaster stage. The white stage happens when the disaster is officially over. This stage focuses on recovery and rehabilitation. The PNP gets officially damaged and needs reports, deploy relief personnel, assist evacuees returning home, and submit an after-action report. Once the situation is manageable, disaster operation and deactivated. For example, after an earthquake, the police might distribute relief goods, secure damaged areas and guide evacuation back to the homes. That's all for our discussion.